Hello everyone, thank you for taking a look at my video and my channel, and welcome to Grand Union. Guys, today's a super exciting day, and I'm sure you saw the thumbnail and the description when you clicked on it, that it's all about an Our Christmas Story collaboration. I'm super excited to be part of this, and yeah, so guys, in the description below is going to be a playlist that is going to include 6 other really awesome YouTube creators, and they are going to be sharing their Christmas story as they upload them. So it's going to be kind of an active playlist. There's a few videos there now, but by the Christmas time, there should be all of us there with our video uploaded. So make sure to check back and check out their stories and their video, and check out their channels because they have some really cool content. It's pretty amazing how Animal Crossing is Animal Crossing, and each one of us brings a unique aspect in how we play the game and how we share it out on YouTube. So it's really cool. So guys, make sure to check out their videos, and again, the link is in the description below, called the playlist. So a special thank you to Poofy Crossing for inviting me to participate in the collaboration, and I'm really excited to share my Christmas story. Alright guys, well I figured I would start here at the plaza because it's nice and festive. We have our Grand Union branding flag, and then of course the plaza and resident services is of course as usual tastefully decorated. So alright, well let me head over to the studio and we will start our Christmas story. See you in a minute. Hey guys, welcome to my Christmas memory. So I have to say that it was really challenging to think about like what was an exciting, fantastic Christmas memory. I guess recently I have really just kind of wished Christmas away. It's always such a busy time of the year, and I think we all can relate to that. It's having to get gifts and working and having to maintain a household and getting together with family and friends, and it's so challenging, and it's kind of like you just want to say, oh, I just wish Christmas was over so things would get back to normal. And I've done that for, guys, a really long time. And when I started to think about like a really great Christmas memory, I started thinking about like when my nieces and nephew were young, and you know, now, gosh, my nephew's married and out on his own, and my niece is engaged to be married. They're both out of college now, and it's funny how you know, it's like children kind of make Christmas magical. And so when I started thinking about really enjoying Christmas, it definitely had to bring me back to my childhood when I was just a little kid. And I think that's really like that magical time where we kind of learn about Christmas and learn about the holiday season and Santa Claus coming. And I think the greatest thing that I remember was really special was like how when you'd go down into like, I grew up in New England. I grew up in Milford, New Hampshire. So if you guys ever want to Google Milford, New Hampshire, you'll actually see some really cool pictures of like the downtown area, and the famous area of Milford is like the Milford Oval, which is not really oval shaped, but it's like kind of the oval, the downtown area, which actually is like a small park. It has a bandstand on it and kind of traffic circles around it. So it's like kind of like a giant rotary in a way. But that area was always so, it was amazing, guys. It was decorated every year for Christmas. The fire department would come out with those Christmas lights that were like kind of like night light bulbs, but they were like giant versions of a night light bulb. and they were solid in color, and they were green and red and white and blue and orange, and they would string them up in these big, huge, giant, I want to say they were like a Douglas fir tree. They looked like giant Christmas trees, but they were towering on the common. And I want to say there was like 5 of those trees, and then they had some other smaller traditional like maple trees, which they decorated with like colored lights as well. But the common area and all the storefronts around the oval were always so beautifully decorated with Christmas lights and garland and greenery and poinsettias, and it was just so fun to like walk around downtown. It was literally like a winter wonderland. It was like the picture perfect New England scene, really. So I was very fortunate to grow up experiencing that. One of the other great memories I have of Christmas was my parents and my godparents. We would go out to a live Christmas tree farm, and we would actually find a Christmas tree, and we would pick it out, and we would have to cut it down ourselves and drag it out of the Christmas tree farm and attach it to the car and then bring it home. And then the tree would sit in a bucket of water so that it wouldn't dry out and needles wouldn't be falling off. And in the meantime, we would have warm apple cider or hot cocoa. And my mom would make some wonderful, she made popcorn, but she would make, we'd have popcorn and cranberries, and we would take needle and thread. My mom and I would take needles and thread, and we would thread popcorn and cranberries to create a popcorn cranberry garland. So at the end of this video, guys, there'll actually be a picture of the downtown Milford oval with the bandstand decorated for Christmas. And you'll also see a picture of one of my Christmas trees when I was a kid. And it was really exciting because when I actually opened up, I was thinking of the memories, you know, and thinking about like what to talk about. And then I opened up the Christmas album and I saw, you know, a Christmas tree from when I was a kid with all the presents under it. And it was really cool because the popcorn cranberry garland was on the tree. And, you know, I've seen that picture, I can't tell you how many times, and never really thought too much about the popcorn cranberry garland until I really thought about the memory of cutting down the tree and bringing it home and actually like making that popcorn and cranberry garland for the Christmas tree decoration. So, and we did that for a few years. It was a lot of fun. So, one of the other really great memories I have was my Aunt Margie, which some of you will recognize the name if you've watched my What's in an Island Name video. She is the aunt that took me to the grand opening of the supermarket. And that was a really great time. She was one of my favorite aunts, and she was on my dad's side of the family, would be my dad's sister. And Christmas Eve, we always spent Christmas Eve at my aunt's house, and my grandparents would be there, and my cousin Lorinda and Lauren would be there, which would be my Aunt Margie's children. And they were out of high school, but they were like the next youngest compared to me. I was really the only child there, so everybody else was pretty much like adults. But it was really great. Like my dad's sisters and brothers would be there, and it was just such a great time, and my aunt was such a wonderful cook. So what I'm going to do while we're sharing this story, I am actually going to, guys, I set this room up specifically because I knew I was not going to be able to I knew I was not going to be able to focus on talking. All right. I knew I wasn't going to be able to focus on talking and telling a story and actually being able to I knew I wasn't going to be able to actually focus on being able to share a story. But let's get some things here. I wanted to get a few food items. Okay, so that's enough of that. What's in the houseware section? Let's see what we can find, guys. So my idea is to, I might have already gone by it. I'm usually better at navigating the main filter. Yeah, let me go to the regular filter here. So what I'd like to do is find some silverware and dishes. Just want to make sure I don't go by it. But let's do a little decorating here, guys. And this is why you don't usually see me like build and talk at the same time, because I can't do, it's like, can you pat your head and rub your tummy? No, that's like a train wreck waiting to happen. So we don't usually try to do things like that. All right, here's the kitchen stuff, guys. Exactly. I want this dinnerware set here. And what else would be gorgeous to have on the table? Something gorgeous. I already have the afternoon tea set. I have the pumpkin pie. This is the pumpkin bagel sandwich, the bread set. All right. Well. I think I'm going to do the spice rack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dishes there. And the spice rack there. And then the dessert items are going to go over here in the corner. It's like, where'd that U-log go? There's the U-log right there. All right, we're going to put that there. Oh. Yeah, that looks a little better, I guess. All right, there's our bread. And then we got our little sandwich. We got this delicious pie. Is that all I put down? I thought I put down some more things. All right. All right, let's find one more delicious thing here. Okay, guys, I don't exactly know what this is, but it looks kind of okay, so. Okay. Okay, guys. So I wanted to do just a little bit of building because, as you can see, just a little bit of final touches of decorating was a huge, huge challenge for me. So there was no way I possibly would have ever been able to have completed this whole room decorating and tell a Christmas story. All right, so let's talk about the food. So my aunt, so guys, I'm a huge foodie. And it probably, I don't know, maybe it started with going to Christmas Eve at my aunt's house, but my aunt and my grandmother, which I'm sure my aunt learned all of her cooking skills from. My grandmother, my aunt were fabulous cooks. At Christmas Eve, my aunt put on the most amazing spread, and you will actually get a chance to see at the end of the video, I'll share a picture of some of the food that was spread out on the counter that you kind of served yourself. So there's going to be a picture of the food. And guys, the food was even more amazing than it looked in the picture. And guys, remember, the picture's like super old. So but the food was just amazing. And then you'll actually also get to see a picture of my aunt and my mom together at the dining room table. So, and then my cousin Lorinda's in the background behind my aunt with the reddish hair. So, yeah, so my aunt was an amazing cook. A couple of things that I remember specifically, she always did this amazing roast every year. Every year Christmas Eve, we had this fantastic, just most amazing flavorful roast. And obviously it had mashed potatoes and vegetables. One of the great things that she made with it, though, was this really cool carrot and turnip mash together. And I don't know how she prepared it, but oh my gosh, guys, it was just so, it wasn't just carrots, it was just like this really cool casserole dish. And it was carrots and turnips. I remember that. And it was so good. In the beginning of the evening, like for appetizers, she would always put out these amazing stuffed mushrooms. I mean, the things were, oh God, guys, the things were just to die for. They were just stuffed and flavorful and just so delicious. And she also would make a variety of, I guess they were like sugar cookies, and they were that, you get the sugar cookie dough really cold and you put it inside this tube and you have all these different fittings to make all these different shapes of cookies. Is it like a cookie press? Like a cookie gun? Anyways, so she would make all these different cookies and she'd put all these different toppings. So there'd be like different sprinkles, different colored sugars, cinnamon hearts, and it was just amazing. You know what was great about Christmas Eve is you could eat as much as you wanted. So like those cookies, considering they probably had a ton of sugar and butter in them, it was not a question of you've had too many cookies. It was just like nobody ever said no more cookies for you. It was like you could eat however many cookies you wanted, however many mushrooms you wanted. And it was just it was so cool. The food was just amazing. And then just the time to be able to spend with family was just so fantastic. There was always so much laughing and sharing stories. And I can't really remember their stories now, guys. But I remember them talking about their childhood stories or when they were younger, and just the laughing that would go on, and it was just really cool. So it was really a magical time for sure. So one of the other things I remember, guys, so I was little, like I said, and I remember one year it was after 11 o'clock at night, and I got so upset because we were still at my aunt's house, and I think we got there usually around 5 o'clock at night. It was in the evening. It was after it had gotten dark, and usually we'd be there for 4 or 5 hours. But guys, we were there until after 11. It was pretty close to almost midnight at that point. And I remember I was crying because I was like, I says, we have to go home. I have to get in bed. I says, because Santa Claus is going to come. And what if he comes and I'm not there and I'm not there sleeping? Or I was just like so upset, you know. And of course, you know, my parents were like, you know, don't worry, Santa Claus isn't going to come while you're not there. And of course, you know, everybody was smiling at that. And, you know, guys, think about it. You know, now all you have to do is like turn on the radio, turn on the TV, get on the internet, and like Santa is GPS tracked now. So like you can see where Santa's going, like when he leaves the North Pole to deliver presents. When I was little, you just had to be in bed sleeping because like that was it. That was it. So I was so worried about that. And I just remember everybody laughing. And anyways, Santa hadn't arrived, and I was able to put out cookies and a carrot for Rudolph and a glass of milk. And the next morning, Christmas presents were under the tree from Santa, which was really cool. So I got all upset for nothing. So I guess my parents were right. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to my Christmas story. Again, it's kind of amazing to kind of reflect back on those times and how amazing, I don't know if it was just because it was, you know, my childhood that made it so special. But I guess, like I said, you know, you kind of, I don't know if it's, you know, when you lose, you know, friends or family members, you know, that aren't there anymore for you during the holiday season, it makes it hard. It makes it hard because, you know, like for me, I'd love to have my mom and my dad back at Christmas time, and even my grandparents and my aunt. Like, it's, you know, it's definitely a different time now. And, but you know what I kind of realized is you need to make new special memories. You need to not wish the holiday away. I just, you know, like I said, I just wish the holiday was over so I could get back to a normal routine. And really, you should embrace the special time of year where you can spend with your friends that you have now and the family that you have now. Take that time and make new memories and make special memories. So when you could look back and say, you know, Christmas of 2022 was just such a fantastic year. It was so much fun. I did so much more than I had ever done before, just because I didn't wish away the holiday. So, guys, I hope that you can spend your holiday and your Christmas season with people that you love and with friends and family. You can always choose your friends, which you know you're always going to have a fantastic time with your friends. So hopefully you can get together with them. And yeah. All right, guys. Let's take a look at my Christmas room here. I should have actually been spinning this around as I was telling my story. All right. Anyways, so there is the dining room table with all the food, and there is the dessert table over there. And pick up your plates and your spices over there along that wall. And then, of course, over here, guys, by me, we have our Christmas tree and our fireplace in the background. And we have some beautiful Christmas stockings up on the wall. And a little Christmas globe here by the couch. A little tea cozy with some tea. All right, sneak over here. Then we got our stereo over here in the corner. And guys, I even decorated the walls. Okay, guys, this is like way more stuff than I ever put on the walls. So I have to say, it's a lot of stuff, guys. This is this is really not me, but yeah. I wanted to fill up the walls and kind of make it feel really homey. And guys, I hope you like it. I actually really enjoyed putting this together. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for bearing through me looking for food items and dishes in the build section. And say thank you, Chuck, for not making us suffer through you building this entire room, because I think it took me over an hour, but I'm not used to building rooms, so yeah. Whoops. There we are. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season and a very Merry Christmas. Thank you for clicking on my Grand Union video. There will be pictures at the end of this video if you want to stick around after this is over. I think there'll be like, four pictures, maybe 4 or 5 pictures that I'll put up. And yeah. So definitely in the description below, make sure to click on the playlist and check out the other YouTube creators that are part of this collaboration. Again, thank you so much to Poofy Crossing for inviting me to participate. Actually, this really brought back a lot of just really amazing memories that I hadn't thought about in a long, long time. And it even made me like crack out the photo album, guys. So it was kind of fun to look back at all the old pictures. So, all right, guys, thanks again for watching. Go out there, have an amazing Merry Christmas of 2022. Make new memories, make special memories that you will cherish forever. And I guess until next time, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.